China says it's okay with paying the price for North Korea sanctions. China will pay the biggest price from the new UN sanctions against North Korea because of its close economic relationship with the country, but will always enforce the resolutions, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi said. The UN Security Council unanimously imposed new sanctions on North Korea on Saturday over its continued missile tests that could slash the reclusive country's $3 billion US annual export revenue by a third. Speaking at a regional security forum in Manila on Monday, Wang said the new resolution showed China and the international community's opposition to North Korea's continued missile tests, the foreign ministry said in a statement on Tuesday. Owing to China's traditional economic ties with North Korea, it will mainly be China paying the price for implementing the resolution, the statement cited Wang as saying. But in order to protect the international non-proliferation system and regional peace and stability, China will, as before, fully and strictly properly implement the entire contents of the relevant resolution. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi spoke to a regional security forum in Manila on Monday, and emphasized China's opposition to North Korea's continued missile tests. China, North Korea's lone major ally, has repeatedly said it is committed to enforcing increasingly tough UN resolutions on North Korea, though it has also said what it terms normal trade and ordinary North Koreans should not be affected. The latest UN resolution bans North Korean exports of coal, iron ore, lead and seafood. It also prohibits countries from increasing the numbers of North Korean laborers currently working abroad, bans new joint ventures with North Korea and any new investment in current joint ventures. What this is going to do is send a very strong message and a united message, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley told NBC's Today in an interview on Tuesday. Haley added that Washington would be watching to see the sanctions are enforced. U.S. President Donald Trump praised other nations for addressing North Korea's missile program in a post on Twitter. After many years of failure, countries are coming together to finally address the dangers posed by North Korea. We must be tough and decisive. Haley said Trump was keeping all options on the table for dealing with North Korea, and speaking of its leader, Kim Jong-un, said he has to decide if he strikes the United States. Is that something he can win? North Korea has made no secret of its plans to develop a nuclear-tipped missile capable of striking the United States and has ignored international calls to halt its nuclear and missile programs. North Korea says its intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, are a legitimate means of defense against perceived U.S. hostility. It has long accused the United States and South Korea of escalating tensions by conducting military drills. China reiterates desire for multilateral talks. Wang said that apart from the new sanctions, the resolution also made clear that the six-party talks process, a stalled dialogue mechanism with North Korea that also includes Russia and Japan, should be restarted. China appreciated comments earlier this month by U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson that the United States was not seeking to topple the North Korean government and would like dialogue with Pyongyang at some point, Wang added. The United States did not seek regime change, the collapse of the regime, an accelerated reunification of the peninsula, or an excuse to send the U.S. military into North Korea, Tillerson said. Wang said Tillerson's four-nose promise was a positive signal. China hopes North Korea can echo this signal from the United States, Wang added. Speaking at the same forum on Monday, Tillerson held a door open for dialogue with North Korea, saying Washington was willing to talk to Pyongyang if it halted its missile test launches. Still, he maintained the pressure on North Korea, pressing Thailand on Tuesday for more action against Pyongyang. North Korea said the sanctions infringed its sovereignty and it was ready to give Washington a severe lesson with its strategic nuclear force in response to any U.S. A man at a railway station in Seoul on July 29 watches a television screen showing a video footage of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un celebrating his country's latest test launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, Yongneon-G/AFP/Getty Images. The successful testing of 2 ICBMs last month suggested the reclusive North was making technical progress, Japan's annual defense white paper warned. Since last year, when it forcibly implemented 2 nuclear tests and more than 20 ballistic missile launches, the security threats have entered a new stage, the Japanese Defense Ministry said in the 563-page document released on Tuesday. It is conceivable that North Korea's nuclear weapons program has already considerably advanced, and it is possible that North Korea has already achieved the miniaturization of nuclear weapons and has acquired nuclear warheads, it said. South Korea reiterated further resolutions against Pyongyang could follow if it did not pull back. North Korea should realize if it doesn't stop its nuclear missile provocations, it will face even stronger pressure and sanctions, Defense Ministry spokesman Moon Sang-jun told a regular news briefing. We warn North Korea not to test or misunderstand the will of the South Korea U.S. alliance,